Welcome to WorldCraft Logistics TV. My name is Jimmy Tran, owner and CEO of WorldCraft Logistics. So we are an Amazon FBA prep or a 3PL. So today I want to explain this video for my customer and also for you at home or other warehouse how to process an Amazon FBA shipment for LTL. Because a lot of people are confused how this process is. So I'm going to not only explain it, but I'm going to teach you how to do it. So first thing first, at home or wherever you are, if you're gonna do this yourself, you're gonna need a measuring tape, okay? After that, you're gonna need a shrink wrap. So the shrink wrap, you could purchase it at a U-Haul, at Home Depot, or if none of those places are close to you, then you could purchase this on Amazon.com. Next we have is a printer. You need a printer at home because you will need to print labels for your boxes, okay? So labels, you could use your typical laser printer or inkjet printer, but those things, those ink is gonna cost you a lot of money. So what we use here is we use a Fba turbo printer. So it doesn't use ink, it just uses heat and it print on the paper. So you're gonna save a lot of money. If you're gonna do this a lot, get a thermal paper printer. So next we are going to have pallets. So you're going to need a 4-way pallet. The pallet standard size that Amazon require is going to be 40 by 48 inch, okay? Now let's talk about building the pallets. Since we already have a pallet built, let's talk about building a pallet. So you're going to log into your Amazon FBA Central and you can create a shipment. And in this shipment, you're gonna tell Amazon, hey, I wanna ship in maybe 30 carton, 40 carton or whatever, right? That amount. So once you submit that amount and you submit Amazon LTL shipment, Amazon is gonna give you X amount of labels. In this case, Amazon give us 34 labels. So they're gonna give us 34 Amazon FBA labels. And there's 2 types of label, but for right now, it's only Amazon FBA label for the carton. So you're gonna put FBA labels on every single carton, right? Make sure that that FBA label match with that product, or else there's another problem you're gonna have with Amazon. But so let's just say if you're gonna ship in red shoes, that FBA label should belong to that red shoes, okay? And to separate it, FBA label have the quantity right here, next below the label. So this label right here. So now, once you start labeling all your boxes, right, with Amazon FBA label, 1 label per box using the thermal printer, okay? So now let's talk about the measurement, right? Amazon requirement for your pallet measurement is 40, 48, 72. Amazon do allow 5% error, which is going a little bit bigger, 5% error like 1 inch more. But ideally, you want to stay within that measurement, right? So right now, this is why earlier I said you need a ruler. So right here, we're gonna measure this. This is 48 inch. We measure this. This is gonna be 40 inch and a half. Remember, 5% error, so 40 inch and a half is fine. And the height right here is 59 inch and a half, right? So now you have a measurement, 48, 40, and 59. Let's round it up to 60. You have that measurement. Another Amazon requirement when you ship your shipment to Amazon is that your whole pallet need to weigh under 1,500 pounds. Okay, so when you were doing carton marking, your factory in China, Vietnam, or whatever country, they're gonna ask you, hey, do you wanna put your company name and the carton weight on the carton? That was the reason why they wanna, you putting the carton weight on there and the measurement of the carton is because now, let's just say you don't have a large scale at home. So you would, let's just say each carton right now is 20 pounds. It says so right here, 20 pounds, right? You take, well, this one is 15.5 kilo, but just make it simple. Let's just say this thing right here is 20 pounds. So if this carton is 20 pounds, we have like roughly, let's say we have roughly about 20 boxes, 20 pounds plus 20 multiplied by 20 boxes, now you have 400 pounds. So 400 pounds, which means that this pallet is under the requirement of 1,500. So this pallet's good to go. Now you have all this data and the labels created in this shrink wrap, right? You will take this information and you go back into your Seller Central account. And in your Seller Central account, you will put in one pallet, which is one pallet. If you have multiple, then you put multiple pallets. But you have one pallet, weigh 400 pounds. Measurement is 48, 40, 60 inch. Amazon will now print out two more things for you. Number one, they're gonna print out a FBA label. It's called a pallet label. So this pallet label will not have the the unit count on the label. This is how you know it's the pallet label. It goes on all four sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. You put it around the pallet. So this allows when the carrier, the LTL company, the trucking company show up to use this to track your shipment. And then they will also give you a bill of lading. So for the bill of lading, you want to print out two bill of lading, one for you to keep, and one of the other one is for the driver when he show up, so he sign off and you sign off to confirm that you give the driver the pallet, just in case they lose the pallet. At least their carrier is going to pay for it. So now the pallet's built, you have the pallet label, right? So usually Amazon will take about maybe, depending on the area, we are located here in California, so it usually takes about maybe 1 or 3 days for Amazon to assign a carrier. They come, they pick it up from our warehouse, and we put it in the truck, and then depending on where it's going, if it's within California, it should get there within 3 business days, right? So that is how we prepare for Amazon LTL shipment. So if you were to do this from home, I explained the process of how you're gonna do this from home, or you do in your storage unit. But here at WorldCraft Logistics, we are Amazon FBA prep location. We have about 300 plus customer here that process all the shipment, that we process the shipment for the customer. One pallet, you could do it from home, maybe up to 5 pallets you could do in your garage. But if you were to become a big seller, or you don't live here in the US and you're like a remote laptop seller where you're living in Thailand, in Canada, and you just always work on your laptop, we will actually process all of this for you in our warehouse. We do the freight forwarding from China to the US. We do the trucking from the port to here. We unload your container for you. We store your shipment here at our warehouse. Our storage is cheaper than Amazon. That's why people store their cargo here. And then, whenever you need to feed Amazon, we build pallets for you, and then Amazon come and we pick it up. So if you have any question, please feel free to comment below. I'd be happy to answer you more questions on how Amazon process work or how LTL work. And we will also love working with you. Thank you very much for watching.